Kat, one of the messages that we have received, we actually got this yesterday from a couple of people asking if your husband works for Inpex. Now, I wouldn't usually ask someone where their partner works, or I don't really care where where they work, but I think they're more asking it on the sense that you ran on a very anti-gas platform. So is that the case?
He works for a contractor.
Yep.
He's a rigger and welder and inspector. So he works for a contractor that worked at the site at Inpex. Yep. And I mean, I would just say, like, actually there are so many people that work in the gas industry that wish there was a renewable alternative for them. For people with those type of skills and trades, that's the only option for work up here. Yeah. And as the Greens, we are like pro-worker. We all need to put food on the table. This is also part of like the conversation around transitioning to renewables, right? I know personally deeply what it means to need to have food on the table for your family and be able to know that there is a future for them in work. Like, how are we going to upskill, change skills to new roles because we're heading to renewables, that's just the future. Yep. And how do we bring all those gas workers along?
Well, that's going to be, that is a big thing, right, as we do transition. Look, I always feel a bit funny asking people about their partner's work, and I know at different times I've had to disclose where my husband works over the years, because when we're in these jobs, unfortunately, you get questioned about this kind of stuff. Fine. I suppose, again, I'll go back to some people questioning, though, if it is hypocritical to be running on that platform of sort of anti-gas, anti-new gas development, if your family is benefiting from a job in gas.
I mean, I just think we've got to separate also like the workers from the people that are making the decisions. And you've got these companies that are massive foreign-owned companies that are taking our resources, paying very little tax and royalty, and the people here are not seeing a benefit. I'm never going to hold it against someone what they do for work to put food on the table for their family. And I think we should all be like on board with that.
And it's tough, I reckon, as well. Like, even when you look at some of the different things that lots of us would like to do, like having solar or, maybe not having, gas used in different ways, but it does come down to those, like, what's cost beneficial for a lot of families.
Yeah, well, and this is the thing too that is exciting about a renewables future, is that renewables are cheaper. Like, if we want to do stuff for our back pocket for power prices, right? And I mean, this is like a whole other conversation we can go down, and I'm really excited by it because the potential here, especially in Darwin with the endless sunshine we have, to create a renewables industry is really exciting, and to train up our workforce that we don't have to rely. Gas is a dying industry. It's going to end eventually, and I want us here to thrive and have jobs long term.
But it doesn't sound like you're, like anti-Inpex or...
Well, I'm certainly anti-new gas developments. Like, absolutely, this is a climate crisis, right? The science is absolutely crystal clear. We cannot be opening new fossil fuel developments. I'm absolutely not anti-worker and people, being able to work for their families. I think that's a really sort of just not a good path to go down. I definitely want to hold the people to account that are making decisions around these kind of things, and the influence that the gas lobby has on politics. That is something that I'm really good. Yeah.
Kat, one of the other questions that we've been getting. There are still people messaging about the fact that your husband works for Inpex. Now, I know it's a tough one, and like I say, as a woman, I always find it a bit uncomfortable having to answer questions about what your husband does for work. Yeah. But to those out there listening this morning that think that it is hypocritical, what do you say to them?
I mean, first of all, okay, he doesn't work for Inpex, he works for a subcontractor, right? And these are contracting companies that are going to work wherever the work is. Some of these subcontractors work on renewable projects. It's like whatever the skills are is where they're going to send them. We have a gas industry here, that's where they've sent them. I mean, heck, I should get him to come on, He has openly said he would much rather work in renewables or a different space, but this is where his skills lie. It's not something that we've done, like, prior to moving here. We worked in different, we were both telco riggers building telecommunications towers. So we've worked in all different kinds of spaces. I'm never going to apologise for being pro-worker, pro-people, pro-tradies, I think it's fair enough.
Kat, lovely to speak to you this morning. I really appreciate you coming in. Now, we're going to have to try and get you in for the week that was as well when you're keen. So we'll talk to Crystal off air and we'll organise that. But thanks so much for joining us this morning. Your first interview on Mix, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, look, earlier in the week, Kat, you'd set tongues wagging after you had said on the show, revealed on the show, that your husband is a contractor for Inpex. Some people calling it quite hypocritical. As I say, it definitely got people talking. There's no doubt about that. Are we in trouble when you got home, or was he all right?
No, not at all. So first of all, a few things to clear up. He doesn't actually work there anymore.
Okay.
So it was previously. Also, secondly, it wasn't revealed. I actually spoke about it on the campaign lots. So especially I was out door knocking, right? You're talking to people from all walks of life. I door knocked gas workers and other tradies and, had big real chats with them about the future of their work and the future of the industry. So it's something that I'm very open about.
So just not revealed to the media prior?
I guess so. I hadn't really seen if the media had seen it or not, but yeah.
I don't think it's something you needed to reveal to the media. I thought it was interesting though. The thing, reading back your interview with Katie, the thing that was curious to me was like you say, we want to, if he had a job if he could get a job in a different industry like a renewables industry, that would be the goal, etc., etc. I just don't understand the opposition to middle arm, which is essentially like trying to get some of these green energy projects off the ground, green hydrogen, etc. If we want to transition from some of those jobs to some of these new industry jobs, wouldn't middle arm be a good thing to help facilitate that?
Yeah, sure, if Middle Arm actually was about renewables and sustainability. The problem is that they designed a gas hub to facilitate fracking in the Beetaloo and make a gas export hub and then slap the word sustainable on it. I mean, all the FOI documents from the initial business case showed they literally said it was designed to facilitate gas from the Beetaloo. They're dredging the harbour to build wharves to export, it's not even for us, to export the gas overseas. So I'm just not buying that Middle Arm is got anything to do with sustainable.